Hi, I'm Megan Schmidt. I'm a math teacher here at St. Francis. This is my 10th year at St. Francis. I teach college algebra, Providence stats, some algebra 2, and a little bit of math recovery.
Okay.
Well, I had met some teachers on Twitter who were blogging, and I'd listened to some podcasts of some blogging teachers, and I thought, gosh, that would be a nice way to kind of reflect on teaching. And so the best advice I was given about starting a blog was just start somewhere. So I chose a prompt that someone, a question someone had asked on their blog, and I started my blog by responding to it and got my blog out that way. And I post I post maybe once every other week, nothing regular, and I tweet them out, and that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, and what kind of topics or subjects do you talk about when it comes to your blog?
It's usually a math activity that went really well that I feel like I need to give attention to or give praise to or I'm really excited about. Sometimes it's about something I'm frustrated about in my own classroom or in math in general. And sometimes it's just some personal reflection on. Recently, I think it was right around New Year's, I wrote a blog post about being a recovering addict, and that was something I've been recovering for about 3 years, been sober for 3 years, and there was a board member who was active in the St. Francis Drug Awareness Committee that encouraged me to, he said that he would be supportive if I decided to go public with it, and so that was kind of it had been rolling around in my head, and so I kind of took that advice, and that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, I suppose, and I wrote a blog post about it. Received so much positive feedback. It was very, and then people, when you write a blog post about something so personal, you find all of these other people that are struggling with those issues, and you can kind of be a support for that. And so that's been really fulfilling for me to be able to be a support for others that are going through similar things.
And do you have any advice for anyone that's thinking about starting up a blog, or how can they do it, or what can be a topic for them?
2 things. One, write about what is natural for you, which may not be mathematics. Write about what you're interested in, and don't worry about who reads it. When I started a blog, it was just I was writing about a math lesson, and I didn't worry. I wrote it for me, and then your personality comes out in it, which makes people want to read it, but you can't write it for who's going to read this. I'd say like a message behind my blog is that math is accessible to everyone. That math doesn't have to be this school isolated scary thing, and that there's ways to make kids enjoy math, help kids enjoy math, that isn't open a textbook and do 2 through 28 even. It can be about exploration, it can be about students moving around the room, it can be about trying something new and different that scares you a little bit, about chaos in your classroom, and I think that I try to write about those kinds of things in my blog to kind of encourage other teachers to try those things so that math doesn't stay this scary thing that a lot of people think it is.